Going to the Olympics is something you remember for the rest of your life.
The Olympics are incredible. It's one of the most amazing experiences I've ever had in my life.
The Olympics is really the biggest thing actually existing.
C'est vraiment un défi, un challenge, quelque chose qu'on n'avait pas encore dans ce type.
Everyone wants to be there. You can just do your craziest trick, you want to make an impression, and you want to land.
Steep is a game about mountain and a game about snow sport. When it comes to this DNA, we wanted to explore a new horizon. One of the ideas that came first was what if we integrate the Winter Olympics into the experience.
Road to the Olympics is a new experience for Steep.
We have lots of new content, lots of new systems, lots of new very cool features that really adds to the overall Steep experience.
We worked with partners and a lot of pro athletes, and also with the IOC that is bringing the competition in Korea.
3 Olympiades en à peu près 12 ans, ça laisse très peu de chance et donc c'est pour ça qu'il faut arriver sur les Jeux Olympiques avec le plus de cartes en main.
We met with a lot of athletes and discussing with them what it means in terms of investments, in terms of training.
You know, you have to have no fear, you have to be strong, you have to have worked harder than everyone else, and you just have to want it more.
You really do put in a lot of work and a lot of time and dedication, and it kind of consumes your whole life, and it's over like that.
All of this hard work that you're doing is just for, you know, like a 30-second run that you're doing.
Toute une vie d'entraînement pour juste 10 secondes. On s'est dit pourquoi pas essayer de mettre ça dans le jeu aussi.
What we try to do is create the journey. We're placing the player in the boots of an athlete who's working hard to become the best for the Olympic Games.
There is really a kind of a narrative flow that allows you to live the athlete's life in the 2 previous years before the Olympics, to understand what it takes to get there. All those little steps that actually matters to become the best of the best.
There's so much pressure at the Olympics. You've worked your entire life for those few seconds in time. Some people just don't do it, they can't do it.
When it gets quiet right before the start, everything goes away. Guys would have music on, and 10 minutes before the race, they're feeling like $1,000. They're just, I'm a champion, I got my music on, I'm gonna win, I'm gonna kick, and then your music goes off and everything gets awful quiet.
The mental game is like probably bigger than the physical part of it.
They all confess to us that everything is in mental.
You would just have to visualize it a million times in your head, do every trick that you could to lead up to it, and then you had to be mentally ready and physically ready for the trick. And if you couldn't land it, then you're gonna get broke off and you had a couple weeks off or a couple months off to try it again.
They have a training to achieve their run in their mind, and that's the kind of facts that we wanted them to translate into gameplay experience afterwards.
Greg, le coach de l'équipe de France de freestyle de ski, il nous disait que les riders de son équipe s'entraînaient à refaire leur run dans le jeu et qu'ils pouvaient en fait refaire exactement le même run que celui qu'ils faisaient en vrai dans le jeu.
Some of those athletes actually visited us within the studio and actually gave us feedback about, I don't know, animation, behavior, so that we can make it more authentic and better for the player to experience.
We wanted to have all the juicy details to be sure to take that and bring that into the game.
On va toujours dire que la ligne idéale ou la ligne la plus rapide dans les disciplines techniques, ça va être d'être le plus direct possible et d'arriver à tourner le plus rapidement possible. Et après, pour réussir à faire ça, il y a beaucoup de paramètres qui rentrent en compte. Déjà, il y a le matériel, il y a la technique de l'athlète, et après, il peut y avoir tout ce qui est physique.
Ils vont voir des choses que nous on ne repère pas et on va pouvoir venir modifier tout ça. On a fait notamment un tournage sur trampoline avec l'équipe de France de freestyle de ski, ainsi que des pro riders en snow, pour capturer leurs mouvements de la façon la plus précise possible. Ils nous ont vraiment aidé à faire quelque chose de crédible.
The 4 different primary disciplines in alpine skiing are slalom, giant slalom, super G, and downhill.
We exchange a lot with athletes that actually perform on these different sports. They really highlighted these differences in between these disciplines. It's something that we wanted also to bring from a gameplay perspective in this expansion.
Playing downhill, playing slalom is totally different from going backcountry, freeride or even freestyle in the park.
Ils nous ont pas mal aidé aussi sur le design des pistes.
To build this world and to make these tracks of Olympic Games, you have to be trained like as if you were making the Olympic Games yourself. I think it's the first time that it has been so well worked and in a realistic point of view.
It's a complete extension of the core gameplay that we had in the past and on the feeling that the player will get from Steep.
I think it does create something very unique we've pretty much never seen so far in games, where you do feel what is the spirit of each discipline. Japan is really well known for the quality of the snows they've got. We've got much deeper powder.
When we started to think about this Korea-Japan World, Renaud, our world director, just spent 3 weeks, night and day studying. He came back with a presentation when he knew absolutely everything about the climate, about the geology. It was just like a complete lecture about Japan.
It's made of the 2 main islands, which are Hokkaido and Honshu. Each one brings its own typology to different kinds of mountains, volcanic areas, and a lot of specific stuff that we can only find into Japan.
On a essayé d'amener la fantaisie, l'inconscient collectif du Japon avec les temples, les torii, les couleurs rouges qui marchaient très bien avec la neige blanche.
You are in a place that you have never seen in your life. In deep powder snow, it's really something where you can escape, and I really love this feeling also.
You are in really deep powder, and your behavior is also dependent from that, which help you to make new tricks, new runs, and in new environment with a lot of trees and stones and so on.
You will be able to grind on trees, on hamlets, on roofs. This is something that community was wanted, that we bring, that really extend the entire experience of Steep, not only in this new world, but in already existing world.
With Japan, we came with a list of many new features that actually really add up to the experience.
So it's really a brand new playground for players to enjoy.
We have our twist, we have our attention to details. We do love the sports. We do work with the guys who actually make the sports become legend for some of them. It's something you can see within the games, and I think it gives it a different soul. It's the ultimate spirit of the sport, and I think we respect that, and I think it shows up in the game.